Having a good morning, man. I'm having a pretty good one. So, you know what I'm saying? We're going to get right to it. Just some things I feel like I want to help people out with. You hear me? Uh, Give me 1 second. We're going to let people get in here, but give me a second. Uh, Give me 1 second. Hope everybody job going good. You ain't hurt nobody yet. People getting on your nerve. You know how we don't like to be to work early in the morning time. But as you can see from the title, uh, cheating or disrespect is an option and not a pain reliever, which meaning you can't do things if you're in a relationship off the pretense of being mad or thinking that's going to relieve the tension, the stress, or the pain of their relationship. Because all that's going to do is lead to more problems once the relationship looks like it's turning for the better. When you think it's over, not all the time it's over. And when it's over, you might not think it is over. It's confusing, you know. But just to be realistic about things, is many things that you have to take in consideration as a male. I'm gonna speak from a male perspective first. As a male, there's many things that you have to take in consideration when you're trying to start a relationship with another female. And one for sure thing you need to have together. You need to have your own place. That's number one. And I'm speaking from experience. Have your own place. And number two, if that female has kids that are not your kids, and a man has not been present in that house for a significant amount of time, not saying that the father is not taking care of the kids. I mean that a male figure is not present in that house for a long particular time or the duration of time, there will be some issues that you will have going into that relationship. Number one, when you move into a female's domain, you are moving in there as a visitor. That's number one. That woman, that female has total control over all situation under that roof. Because now you have moved into her territory to which one she controls. Number two, when you enter that domain on that territory, you cannot establish yourself a man in that household until that female considers you or give you the authorization to be a man of that household, if that makes sense. Because she has total control. This is her castle. This is her domain. You have nothing. You are coming into her space, in her kid's space. So she has been doing certain ways that she raised her kids without a male being present in the home, not present in the child's life, present in the home, because a man is an authority figure. A man is the superior. A man he sets the rules and the tone. A woman by nature is a nurturer. A woman is compassionate. A woman is a lot softer than a man. She's more lenient. It takes more to get her to a certain point than a man. So when you get into that domain, you have to establish respect into that home. And if the child sees that the mother don't respect you, no one in the house will respect you. That's why I mean when you're moving into a household of the woman that's for the woman, you are giving her total control over all situations. Because now she has to say if it's okay or if it's not. The kids are going to mom regardless. You have to respect that and you have to accept that. That's just the nature of the beast. Kids watch what mom do, and if mom move a certain way, kid gonna move a certain way. Children gonna move a certain way. Because I respect mom, and if mom not respecting you, why should I? And mom is gonna back me up for not respecting you because she don't respect you. See what I'm saying? That's why you come into a situation, you need to have understanding. When you're moving into this domain, okay, let's get this straight. A, B, C, and D. And to every female that will listen to this, let me tell you something about a real man. A real man don't care how many degrees you got, how much money you got, how big your house is, how many cars you got, how many accomplishments and accolades you have in life. A real man don't care about that because a real man knows he has to be a real man regardless of what you have. It's only little boys that care about the house because they need somewhere to stay, the car because they need a way to get around, the money because they don't have no money of their own. Little boys care about that. Grown men do not care about that. Grown men want you to succeed further and further in life, to have 10,000 folds more than what he has. Because at the end of the day, a grown man knows he's going to be a grown man regardless. If you in the picture or not in the picture, he still has to be a man to his kids. He still have to be a man in his character to himself. He have to uphold his male figure or his character in the streets as a man. So that shit that you bring to the table doesn't mean when a man asks, okay, what can you bring to the table? He's not asking you what you bring in financially. He's not asking, do you cook or clean? That's not bringing shit to the table because everybody had to eat. At some point, you're going to have to clean. These things that you should be doing anyway. When a man says, what can you bring to the table from a male perspective? Is can you give me peace? Can you give me security? Understand? It's good that you have all these accomplishments in life, but a real man don't care about that. Now, another thing from a male perspective, social media. If you're giving social media more time than you're giving your significant other, your relationship will fail. If you're giving your telephone, your cell phone, and people outside of the household more attention than what you're giving your man in the household, your relationship will fail. Number one, you cannot control things that going to happen anyway. Number two, sometimes you got to allow a motherfucker to be who they are. You can't save the world. Maybe it's meant for them to fall on their face. Maybe it's meant for them to do bad. Maybe that's God's plan and you interfering with it. You understand? So with that being said, you have to understand too that when you go into this situation, you going into the situation saying, I'm going to allow you to be a man. You have to give that man the time. You have to give that man the respect. You have to give that man at least acknowledge that, okay, I see you, I love you. Let your actions show of that. If you pulling into the driveway and you sit in the car for an extra 20 minutes on the phone, that's a no-no. If you walk in the house already on the phone and you don't acknowledge your man, hey, baby, how your day was or whichever, or say, girl, let me call you back. Or whoever you're on the phone with, let me call you back. I just made it home and talk to Bae. You walk past him and go in the bathroom and go in the closet and still interact on the phone and say, okay, I'm going to get to him when I get to him. This is more. He's saying that you're prioritizing everyone else instead of him. You're putting other people over him. He feels irrelevant. He feels isolated. He feels distant. He feels like it's us against him, pretty much. You're segregating the household. This is us over here, and then it's you right here. Don't try to make it to where a man, you believe a man is trying to separate you and make you choose between your child and him. Because if he never gave you that type of perception, don't say that. You see what I'm saying? Acknowledge that man. Show him you appreciate it. Because I'm going to tell you one thing about a female. Even though you in that relationship with them, and this might hurt a lot of people. Even though you in a relationship with that female, you best believe there's a phone number, there's an instant message, there's something in that phone that she already know who's next. If the person I'm with doesn't work out, this will be my next situation. She already know who she want next. She know how she want them to look, how she want them to act. She know what they need to bring to the table. She know all that. And by doing that, you already set yourself up for failure on a what if. If you can say what if in a negative way, why can't you use that what if in a positive way? What if this works? What if we get married? Why it gotta be what if it don't work? What if he cheating? What if he this? See, we gravitate to negativity. Plus, a lot of people don't like to take responsibility for their actions. It's always but you. But you did, well, that time you said, but you did this. They need justification for the actions that they do. They need motive. That's why you see some people will pick a fight just to leave out the house. See, I can't just leave out the house by telling you I'll be right back, because then I got to tell you where I'm going, what I'm doing. If I pick a fight with you and act like I'm mad, I can just leave. I don't have to worry about you calling me. I don't have to worry about telling you anything, because you figure I'm mad and you mad. So it's forget her and forget him. You see what I'm saying? That's why it's over 50% of marriages that don't work. Because if you cannot put the man first when y'all boyfriend, girlfriend, how are you going to put the man first in the marriage? Because people choose in the marriage what laws and what vows they want to abide by. Nah, I don't want that one. I'm going to do this one. Nah, I ain't going to do that one. I'm going to do this one. Marriage is not just, look at my wedding. It was cute. I got a ring. Now we married. Just so you can have a title. So you can say, oh, I wasn't a hoe. He married me. Oh, I wasn't a side piece. He married me. You still can be all those things married. FYI. You could be a married side piece. Just in case you didn't know. I'm just saying. What are we doing? Look at the pattern. Look at the previous relationships. How did they end? These talks that you have to have going into a situation. All that's my friend, that's my homeboy shit. There's no such thing. Because as a male, if you're in a relationship, if you don't know that homeboy, is a reason why. And then these days, you can know the homeboy and it still be, people know how to play their role. They know how to play their role. There's many ways of cheating without penetration. You don't have to penetrate to say that person cheated. If you're accepting a gift from somebody, that's cheating. If you didn't tell your significant other somebody wanted to give you something and acknowledge that and get that man's opinion of who you're in a relationship with, and you just take it and you leave it on your desk or you leave it in your car or whatever you do, that's your form of cheating. Accepting drinks from people or other men, that's a form of cheating. Liking men pictures on Facebook, Instagram, that's a form of cheating. Allowing a man to Instagram or instant message you, and you he initiate the conversation, but you entertain it. That's a form of cheating. At the first sign of disrespect, at the first sign in a person that you see something happens to where you're not comfortable with it, and you acknowledge that with your mate, and they don't change, leave. Do not allow your emotions to cloud your judgment. The longer you stay, the harder it will be to leave. When those red flags come up and you address them and that person don't change, leave. Because sometimes a person could be telling you they don't want you loud and clearly by doing certain, certain gestures, just certain things, the way they move, their actions. They're not telling you verbally, I don't want you. They're telling you by the way they're doing things that they don't want you, by cheating or disrespect or not honoring y'all relationship. Because there's nothing more embarrassing than thinking your relationship is stronger than what it is, and then you get out in public and you the one being laughed at. The joke is on you. I'm going to tell you another thing to watch out for. A female that's overly independent. A lot of men are not intimidated about independence, like I said earlier. A real man don't care about your degrees, how much money you make, how many cars you got, or how big your house is. A real man don't care about that. But a woman that's overly confident, overly independent, she will never keep a man because it will always, I can do what I want to do on my own. I don't need you. Because honestly, she can find sex anywhere. All she can make is one phone call. And she got the people in her phone to where she can talk a certain way and they know, okay, that means she wants some sex. Or she can just ask. That person is in that phone. Trust me. So don't never forget that. You have to be mindful of these things. Keep your integrity as a person, man. Keep your integrity as a man. Keep your integrity as who you are and your character, your personality. Because what that person don't like about you is somebody out there looking for it. And like I said, a person that's overly independent or overly confident, they're never going to actually, for relationships to work, we both need something from each other. That's the only way it's going to work. If you take movie stars, for example, you got 10 million, I got 10 million. I got my life, you got your life. We really don't need each other for nothing, so it's easier to walk away. Because I'm good. And then you're going to say, well, I'm good. If you get into a situation or get into a relationship to where you don't need something from that individual, then you don't need to be in that relationship. A person that would tell you that they're going to walk away without effort and care in the world, that means they never had that much invested into you. They didn't have that much vested into the relationship. Because if I walk away, I'm not losing anything. I'm going to pick back up from where I was, a phone call away, and dude is here. Now, let's talk about the men. If you know you're going into a situation and you don't want that woman, don't drag her along the way as if you want a relationship when you know you don't. If you just want sex, say it. She might be in the mood for just sex. You never know. But give her that option. If you don't want to be in a relationship, if you don't want to be married, if you don't want to do, just say it. It's easier to be honest up front instead of lying, and then you got to keep that lie going throughout the whole friendship or the relationship. Because eventually it's going to catch up with you. Trust me, I'm speaking from experience. It's going to catch up with you. We have to be mindful of these things. Choose wisely. If you don't want it, don't go after it. You ever heard the saying, never kill what you're not going to eat? It's the same thing. If you don't plan on having nothing with that person, don't, because you never know what that female has been through. You don't know what she's going through. You don't know her hurt or her pain. And she don't want you coming into the situation adding to it. You feel me? So we have to be mindful of these things. As well as come with your shit together. You need to have a job. You need to have your own place. You need to have a car too. You need to have your own life. Because she don't want to have to adopt another child. Because pretty much that's what you're going to be. Because y'all haven't established yourself long enough for her to say, I got your back. Because you're just not starting a relationship. Y'all not grounded yet. You can't come into the relationship expecting somebody to just uphold you and just have your back and just take care of you. You have to have some rapport of saying, okay, I know that person would do it for me because they did it for them, and vice versa. Y'all know each other. Y'all know each other's somewhat true intentions. But if you like this video, man, go ahead and like it, share it, or whichever. Part 2 coming soon. The part 2 is really I don't want to make the video too long, man. It's going to be on the men. So if you enjoyed this, hit the like button, leave your comment and your opinion in the bottom. And we'll catch up later. Part 2.